Hey guys, just wanted to take you through a little bit of a review of what I've been working on here with the Rancher team. So this is the new Rancher 2.6 UI for Rancher Kubernetes Engine. Really neat cluster manager. It gives you a menu-driven ability to manage multiple clusters, user management, cluster management, and continuous delivery, which is really neat for application deployment. Go into the cluster manager, you can see I've actually got a few clusters that I've deployed in Kubernetes or in Rancher. You can actually create new ones and pretty neat menu-driven ability to deploy in different clouds, different types of environments. You can use templates, so I can apply templates to AWS, which is what I've done here. So I can easily deploy new clusters. If we go ahead and look at our cluster, you know, it's basically we've deployed a Rancher cluster on EC2. We've attached some EC2 or some EBS volumes, and now we've got this cluster that's ready for Portworx. We can then go into the apps marketplace and we can just Google, do a search for charts. We can look for Portworx, and there's a Portworx Helm chart. Helm chart's really slick. It allows you to do a real quick, easy install of Portworx. We can do the latest, which is 2.8. And we can, define things like etcd, everything you would deploy from central, but we can do it in the Rancher UI. And that gives us an up and running environment. So I've got this Portworx cluster I've already deployed. I've got some storage classes that it creates out of the gate. If we do a kubectl get pods minus n kube-system, you can see all the Portworx pods if we log into one and just do a kubectl get, exec-it /opt pwx /bin pixctl status. You can see this is just a very vanilla basic Portworx cluster, 3 nodes, 14 gigs of storage, EBS on each of the nodes, 42 gigs of storage space, ready for workload, ready to deploy apps. So let's just go ahead and show you how we would do that in Rancher. So your developers are going to have code in their repos. They're going to want to life cycle. They're going to make changes to that code, or we're going to update that code. So we want to be able to get that into a Kubernetes environment as easily as possible and let that engine manage it. So Rancher's got an integrated continuous delivery environment, so we can actually go in real simply, create a repo, give it a name. We'll just do a quick WordPress. I've actually got a WordPress site that uses Portworx as the back end. And we'll copy that repo. We'll put this in the main branch. And we can actually define, where do we want it? Do we want it to go to all the clusters, just a specific one? Do we want to put it in a targeted namespace? In this case, we'll put it in the WordPress namespace. And then we'll go ahead and hit create. Now that's going to go ahead and deploy WordPress via my Git repo into this cluster. Now if we go ahead and click here, we'll see it's going to go through and create all the objects, and they're configured in this continuous delivery environment. It's going to actually monitor them. So if I were to go in here and say maybe I make a change to one of these objects, I could force it to update it. I could or it will automatically make that change. I think it's monitored. It changes about every interval that you set. I think in this particular one it's like 15 seconds. So pretty slick that I can go ahead and deploy an app so simply, along with that storage underneath. If we're running Portworx as the storage management. Now if I go into Portworx or into the cluster rather, into that cluster management tool, and I look at storage, I should see now I've got these 2 storage classes that were just created that were bound to the pods in this namespace. So real simple, easy way to deploy an application, stateful application running workloads. Later on we'll get into how do I back it up, how do I migrate it, things like that. So thanks for watching.